Alright, next question. This is from Shubi. Wow, this is a good question. He's asking me, did you like football better or wrestling, bro? Okay, honestly, dude, wrestling, hands down, way better than football. The reason why I like wrestling so much is because, dude, I put fucking so much of my life into it. I mean, I did wrestling year-round since I was, like, 11 years old. Fuck, I went to, like... Dude, I probably had over, like, 500 wrestling matches. Like, I got my fucking medals right here, actually. Alright, so this is, like, half of all my medals from all my wrestling tournaments and stuff. Oh... As you can see, there's a lot of them. Dude, the reason why... So the reason why I like wrestling so much more than football is just because wrestling's like a one-man sport. At the end of like the wrestling match, it comes down to you. You don't have to rely on others. It's a one-man sport. Pretty much like bodybuilding is also... Like, at the end of the day, it only matters what you're doing. It doesn't matter what others are doing. It just comes down to you. So, that's why I really like wrestling. I put so much of my life into wrestling, dude. I probably did like... Fuck, I did over like 100 wrestling tournaments. Even like during like football season, I would still be going to wrestling practice. I would be doing freestyle, different sort of styles of wrestling. And even like football. I started football when I was like 12 years old, and I started doing football in like 7th grade. And also I did like football for school, and then I did football for like a private club, Kent Knights. So I would do like 2-a-days for football also, man, all the way back in fucking like 7th grade when I was like 12 years old. So I've been active just fucking always, man. Like, I did wrestling year-round, and I did wrestling for like a private club and for school as well. So I like wrestling just because it's like a one-man sport. It just comes down to you at the end of the day. And I feel like wrestling, dude, is pretty much like the toughest sport in the world, dude. Because wrestling, oh, fuck, man, the workouts are so fucking tough compared to football. Football's a fucking cakewalk, dude, compared to wrestling. If you fucking meet any wrestler, you'll notice like wrestlers have like the mentality of a fucking champion, man. Like, wrestlers are just fucking hardcore fucking people, man. It's just, wrestling is just fucking tough. So yeah, you gotta push yourself. There's a lot that goes into it. You gotta cut for your weight class. I mean, me, when I used to wrestle, I would cut like 20-30 pounds for my weight class. I would always be like the biggest fucking dude. Like freshman year I wrestled 152. I would cut all the way from like 175, 180, all the way down to 152. And then like the cool thing is like after you weigh in, dude, you just fucking pig out and you just replenish your body and all your nutrients and you just swell back up. So I'd be like wrestling 152, but I would actually be like 168, 170, you know what I mean? So yeah, like you have to cut a lot of weight and stuff for wrestling. So I think wrestling's super tough, way fucking better than football. I think football's kind of boring too, honestly. Like, you play football, you only play for like 4 seconds and you get a break. Wrestling is fucking continuous 2-minute fucking periods, and then you do like 3 periods. You know, it's fucking tough. So yeah, wrestling, dude, wrestling's hardcore. Alright guys, we got our next question. This is from Ryan Griswold. He's asking, when is my member site going to be up? Alright, I know, fuck dude, my member site, I've been talking about it a lot now. It's been like in the works for about 6 months. It is finally going to be done next week. So, I put so much prep into it. The web designers, they've been kind of taking their time on it, but they just want to make it as perfect as possible. I mean, I don't blame them, like, that's fine by me. I want to make it as perfect as possible also. So yeah, that's coming out in about next week. So that'll be out within 7 days. It's definitely going to be out this December. On the members site, I have like about 25 never before seen videos. I have like daily life, workout videos, nutrition videos, and like motivation stuff. On the members site, there's going to be like a form section where you can ask me questions like any hour of the day. I'll be on there pretty much 24/7, honestly, trying to answer all you guys' questions. You get to make like your own account, you upload your pictures. I have like never before seen videos, never before seen pictures. There's a lot going on to that, and that's also going to be $9.95 a month. So really check that out when it comes out, guys. It looks fucking sweet. I mean, I wish I could show you a little promo of it now, but it'll be out in like a week. So that'll be out soon. Yeah, I mean, it's been in the works for a while now, so it's definitely going to be worth it. I'm excited for that to come out. Callie, what are you doing? Little pup's coming in. Alright, come on. Go out. Out. Go. So yeah, the member site's going to be coming out like next week. I'm going to have like a bunch of blogs also on there, so I'm going to be blogging a lot. I'll be doing like a lot of articles and stuff on nutrition, what works best for working out, all good exercises like that. And also, since like I have the form section where you guys can ask me questions any part of the day, I'll be able to answer and do a bunch of like blogs and stuff on there as well. So that's gonna be pretty cool. That's coming out, yeah, like next week. Yeah, so we got some more questions. Let's see what else we got. Oh, fuck. Alright, guys, we got another question here from Cole Destati. He's asking, do you do the whole increase water sodium intake, then cut it down before a photo shoot? Okay, yeah. Actually, I do manipulate my sodium intake, but I only do that 24 hours within my photo shoot or competition. Now, I feel like if you do it more than 24 hours within it, it's not going to do anything. I've noticed from personal experience that if I go anywhere between like 48 hours before my photo shoot or something, if I cut out sodium, it doesn't do any difference. Pretty much like all you do when you're cutting out sodium is you're trying to get all the water retention under your skin over the muscles, you're trying to get that gone. And I've noticed that only 24 hours within, you only need to cut it only 24 hours within your photo shoot or competition. That's the only time it's only going to do any difference. And I don't cut out water. Cutting out water is horrible. Like I said earlier in the video, your muscles are about 70% water, so if you cut water out, you're going to look flat as fuck. And that's a no-no for competitions and all that. You want to look full as fuck. So definitely never cut out water. The only time doing that is ever going to work is for like a big roided out bodybuilder, someone like Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath, those big ass dudes. Like, it's not going to work for someone like us, fitness model physique or like an aesthetic physique, you know what I mean? It's not going to do a big difference cutting out water. So I think it's honestly going to do you more harm than it's going to do you good. And yeah, like I've said before, working out, bodybuilding, all this, we do it for the healthy aspect. We want to increase our longevity. We want to live as long as possible. We want to be as healthy as possible. So cutting out water, that's bad, dude. Like, you can't live without water, you know what I mean? You can't go fucking 7 days. With 7 days without water, you're fucking dead. So you need to drink water. Cutting out water, that's horrible. Never do that. Only time you're ever going to cut water out is like, it just kind of depends on like, that's also another thing. It kind of depends on you. A lot of people are all different. Like some people, they notice a really good difference if they cut water out within like 12 hours or something. They notice they get a lot more shredded. I mean, I know with me personally, it doesn't work for me, so that's why I don't do it. But it kind of depends on you guys. I mean, I don't recommend it, but I mean, if it works for you, keep doing what works for you. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of depends what works for you. All right, let's see. We got more questions. Alright, here's one from Leon Brady. He's saying, when you uploading the video from Germany? Alright, I got a bunch of footage. I got a bunch of like footage from Germany, like my own personal footage that was taken and stuff. I'll probably upload that probably like within a week. Some of it's going to go on the member site. Also, all the videos from the Shredded Club workout series, nutrition series, motivation series, they're all going to go on my YouTube channel as well. Shape You, they're going to be uploading on their channel, but they don't mind if I lift it from their channel, put it on mine. So that's all going to go on my account, my channel as well. I'm probably not going to upload that until, I don't think they're going to be done with that for like a month or so. So probably in like a month. I mean, the footage that I took myself, I'll have that up within a week. So in a week, I'll have it up. I did a bunch of cool stuff too. I did like a bunch of like sightseeing and all that cool footage. So it's fucking sweet. You guys will like it. Alright, here's another one from Malik Juju. He's asking, when did you start working out? And what was your motivation? I actually started working out when I was 11 years old. Now, I say all the time I started when I was 12, but I started when I was 11, and that was kind of just doing like miscellaneous curls. I still have like the same bar that I had back then, but I would just do like shoulder press, curls. I had like a little dumbbell set, so I would just do curls all the time, and push-ups, all that kind of sort of stuff. And the reason why I don't count until I started lifting until I was 12, that's when I got like a weight set, like a bench set. I was able to do like bench press and squats and all that, so I didn't really get serious until like 12 years old. I know it sounds weird, like a 12-year-old is benching, repping out reps, but yeah, I didn't really start lifting until 12 years old. That's when I got sort of serious. That's when my dad helped me out and got me like workout books and all that, where I was able to kind of get my knowledge, fulfill my knowledge, and get more knowledge in lifting and stuff. I mean, it's pretty much like a trial and error sort of thing since then. And also, like, the reason why I count 12 years old, that's when I actually got into like a split. And the split that I did back then was like a 5-day split, so I would work out Monday through Friday, and then usually I would take like weekends off. I mean, that's what I would do for the split, but I'm sure I fucking worked out weekends also, you know what I mean? So yeah, and also my motivation was like, pretty much I saw gains really, really fast, and it was a fucking like pretty cool thing, like a 12-year-old, you know, getting a six-pack, starting to build muscles and stuff. I fell in love with it, you know what I mean? After like my first couple weeks of lifting, it turned into like a lifestyle. I can't imagine life without lifting and working out and all that. It would be weird. It would be like some mundane life. So honestly, dude, lifting, it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? I don't even consider it like a sport. It's more of a lifestyle to me. When I first started lifting, it was partly to build strength and for sports and all that. Because honestly, I mean, think about it. Like a 12-year-old working out, dude, I had such a big competitive edge over all my other competition, so it really helped out a lot that I started lifting young. I mean, I wish I would have knew what I was doing back then, but still, like, even not knowing what I was doing, it still helped out a lot. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's trial and error. You learn the mistakes you do, and then you build off of it. So I'm really happy I started lifting pretty young. Let's see, some more questions. Ooh, here's a good one. Fuck yeah, Carrie, why are you such a sick cunt? I guess I was born that way, bruh. Alright. Okay, here's one from Jay Chicago. What's your cutting split looking like? Alright, I already kind of covered that. Like I said, 1,800 calories a day. 50% protein, 35% carbs, 15% fat. Yeah, I mean, diet. I could show you guys my set out meals and stuff, but I'll probably do that too. I'll do that in some other video. Okay. Here's one from Luke 20. Does your diet stay the same throughout the entire year, or do you change it up? So it's not like I'm eating the same exact meals day after day. Like, I would fucking die if I did that, man. I could not do that. That would be horrible. But my diet does sort of stay the same year-round, just because I stay lean year-round. It does sort of stay the same year-round. Like, I'm not eating the same exact meals day after day. That would get super repetitive and super boring after a while. Like, we do this to enjoy it. You know, we're not gonna... If I was eating the same meals day after day, I wouldn't enjoy this lifestyle. It wouldn't be as fun. So, you still want to have, like, a middle ground, you know, ultimatum. So, I mean, I still go and eat, like, fast food with my friends. I go and fucking party and fucking drink, go clubbing every weekend, you know what I mean? So, you still gotta have a social life and stuff, but... Yeah, I mean, my diet... It doesn't look the same, I guess, year-round, you know what I mean? It's still lean year-round. Like, what happens is, what I'll do is, like, I'll eat like shit, I won't give a fuck for like a week, and then I'll get fat as fuck, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, I gotta get shredded. Then I'll, like, diet down for like a week and do that. So, like, when I do, like, my cutting diet, it's the same, you know what I mean? But I only cut for, like, a month or so, and so that's the same, but I mean, like, what I mean by the same is, like, it's the same exact meals day after day. And I like doing it that way because if you do the same exact meals day after day, you never have to write down all the macros. You don't have to write down every single calorie you eat because you already know what you're eating. It's already weighed out and everything. So I honestly recommend doing it like that. Only when you're like dieting or cutting or something. But year round, no fucking way I could do that. That'd be fucking horrible. Adam Reed, how are you able to stay on your diet during Christmas? Right now, I'm bulking, so not really dieting right now. But yeah, I'm still trying to eat kind of lean. Like, the thing is, like, at the end of the day, all that matters is as long as you nail your macros down. So if you get, it doesn't matter if you eat shit the entire day. As long as you get the certain amount of macros in. If you nail down your fat percentage, your protein intake, your fucking carb intake, your calories, if you get the same amount of calories in, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna, if you don't go over it, then you're not gonna gain any fat or anything like that. So, like, honestly, the most important thing is just getting your macros down. That's what matters at the end of the day. Alright, here's a good question. This is from Joey Baxter. He says, how do you get so lean? Do you change your diet and exercises, or is it just all diet? More isolation movements or regular compound? Alright, so the way I get lean year-round is all diet, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really do cardio that much. I used to do cardio all the time, but right now, I'm just relying on diet to stay lean, because I feel like cardio kind of takes away the gains. And then, do I change up my exercises? Yeah, I change up my exercises every fucking day, dude. I never do the same exact workout. It's always different every single day. Usually what happens is, like, I won't think of my workout until I get to the gym. Because, I mean, I've been lifting for fucking 8 years now. Now I understand what it takes to get a physique like this. As long as you, like, switch it up every day, you do different sets, different reps, different exercises, different supersets, you do drop sets, trisets. There's a bunch of different ways to really switch up your workouts. I mean, that's what really matters at the end of the day. Switching up your workouts. Never doing the same thing day after day. As long as you switch it up, you're going to see good gains. And then also more isolation movements or regular compound. I feel like it's good to have a good mix between isolation and compound exercises because they kind of do different things. Like, compound exercises are more heavier lifting, and isolation obviously is you're isolating the muscle group, you're not going as heavy. So I feel like you want to have like 50% compounds, 50% isolation exercises. That's the best middle ground to have. I mean, compounds, you're going to see more gains, honestly, because you're going heavier. I mean, the heavier you go, the more muscle fibers you're going to tear down. So let's say your goal rep range is you're going for like 10 reps. I mean, if you're going for 10 reps, you get all 10 out, and you feel like you can do 3 or 4 more, why would you stop at 10 when you can do more? The most important thing is to go to failure on every single set. Failure is when you're going to make the most gains. The most important reps are the last couple reps. That's when you make the most muscle fibers. That's when you tear the most muscle fibers down. So the last couple reps are most important. You always want to go to failure. Now, especially really important if you have like a lifting partner. It's super important to use your partner to your advantage. Now, when you have like a workout partner, they're going to be able to push you to failure. Absolute failure is the one you're going to make the most gains. So the most important reps are the last reps. I mean, having like a rep range is just a sort of it's just like a sort of starting point. You know, if, like I said, if you can do more, you always want to do more. So that's just my advice. You know, always go to failure every single set. That's how you make the most gains. And that's the most important thing to do. Mark Franklin. Oh, this is good. Okay, what's your opinion on overtraining? So overtraining is kind of coincides with like absolute failure, like I just said 2 seconds ago. I think overtraining, honestly, I think it's kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're overtraining, you're just not strong enough. You know, there's no such thing as overtraining. The only time you're going to overtrain is if you're working out like a muscle group that you're sore. That's the only time overtraining is ever going to come into play. So let's say, like, you know how I said I do chest 3 times a week? Well, if you do chest on Thursday, and then if you're supposed to do it again on Saturday, if you're sore, you definitely don't want to do it again Saturday. You want to wait until you're fully recovered to do that muscle group and hit it again. You want to let your muscles recover. There's no point into letting your muscle recover like 80% and then hitting it again, because you're not going to get the full gains. So that's the only time overtraining is ever going to come into play. Like, I mean, dude, I do so many fucking sets and reps when I work out. It's fucking crazy. Like, I just push myself to failure every single rep and stuff. So yeah, that's the most important. Alright, we got some more. Here's one from King Lensman. What leg workout do you do for the thickness of the quads? Okay, for thickness of the quads for the legs, dude, most important one, king exercise, squats, baby. Squats, I start out every single leg workout with squats, and I go super heavy with squats. Also, super important, you go ass to grass every single rep. There's no reason to be cheating yourself. You want to go as low as possible every single rep. That's when you're going to see the most gains. So yeah, you just want to go really heavy, use your spotter to your advantage, push yourself to failure, absolute failure every single set. That's when you make the most gains. And I feel like if I want to see like real thickness in the legs, going really heavy is going to really build up the thickness. And also like doing priority training, if your leg's kind of your lacking point, the more you hit it, the more you're going to grow. So it's just important to go real heavy and just make sure you're hitting your legs hard. That's how you're going to see the most growth. Alright, here's one from Fix Up Luke Sharp. He said, "Hi Jeff. Were you nervous when you did your first show?" I was actually pretty excited to do my first show, you know what I mean? Because what happened when I did my first show, it was actually Tangi Johnson. She was the organizer. She's the one that ran the show. The show was actually called the Vancouver Natural Tangi Johnson Classic. And Tangi Johnson worked out in my gym. She came up to me 3 weeks before the show, and she said, "Hey Jeff, you're in pretty good shape. You know, you should consider doing the show. You do pretty good at it." I was 17 at the time. It was actually a month and a half after my first surgery, my first ACL surgery, So yeah, she came up to me, she talked to me about doing the show. I was pretty excited about it. I kind of did a little bit of research on it. She helped me with my posing routine. I practiced my posing routine pretty hard before that show, so I felt like I nailed it pretty perfectly. And before I went out into the stage, I actually took like a couple shots. I got kind of drunk before I went out there. It kind of helped with the nerves, you know what I mean? So I was excited to step on stage. I had a good time. The thing about competing, when we compete, you want to have fun with it. Because if you're out there and you're nervous and you're all kind of like, you know, tight together, you know, you're nervous out there, you're going to look kind of weird out, you're going to look kind of awkward up on stage, and you're not going to, it's going to show through your posing and stuff. So if you're having a good time, if you're having fun with it, then it's going to show in your posing. Because like, one thing that you get judged on when you do like men's physique is your stage presence. Now if you're having fun, you're going to have a bigger stage presence, you're going to have a better smile, and you're going to look better on stage. It's like, it just always have fun when you're competing and going on stage. Like, you put all the hard work into competing and getting onto that stage, you might as well have a good time when you do it too. So, was I nervous? Nah, I wasn't nervous. It was fucking fun. I liked it. Okay, so next question. Gabriel Montivo, do you follow wrestling? If you mean like WWE, nah, I don't follow that fake shit. Here's one from Luciana Pulago. When did you start training and how? I kind of talked about that earlier. I started when I was like 11 years old. And that was just like my parents got me like a little dumbbell set and stuff. I started doing like miscellaneous curls and all that. And then I didn't start really lifting until when I was 12 years old. And how I started was my parents got me like a weight set for my 12th birthday. And then they got me like a bunch of like, you know, lifting for dummies, all these cool sort of like lifting books, you know, that kind of helped me get to where I am. So that's kind of how I started. My parents got me a weight set, and I just started lifting to get aesthetic as fuck, and I would get strong as fuck. Let's see. Alright, here's one from Joseph Thompson. He said, met you at Body Power Expo in Birmingham earlier this year. Will you be going again in 2014? Yeah, I'll definitely be there for Body Power. Body Power is a fucking good time. Gymshark flew me out. It was pretty fun. You know, I met a lot of cool people. I had a really good time at Body Power, so I'll definitely be there again for 2014. It was pretty fucking sick. Let's see. Okay, here's one from Ian Meyer. Ian Meyer's asking, do you ever get sick of eating the same foods for your diet? Oh, fuck yeah, man. Dude, eating the same food day after day is horrible. It's repetitive as fuck. It sucks. It makes lifting and dieting not fun at all. So that's why I recommend doing cool recipes so you're able to switch up your diet and you're eating the same macros, you're eating the same amount of food and all that, but it just tastes a lot better, so it makes it not as repetitive, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of diets out there. I mean, there's a lot of recipes out there and stuff that you can do to switch up your foods. Like, it's just, you know, if you're eating like chicken breast, you don't have to eat plain chicken breast day after day. There's a lot of ways to switch it up. You can do like a Caesar salad. You can do like a really healthy style like fried chicken. There's a bunch of different ways. I got a bunch of like recipes and stuff on the members site. I'm not trying to like promote that shit to you guys or anything, but there's just a bunch of ways to do it. So yeah, it does get pretty boring. And I get sick of eating the same food day after day, so that's why I have like a bunch of different recipes that I do to make it so it's not repetitive. Yeah. Alright, here's one from James Ian. Alright, he's asking, how do you go about counting macros when eating out with friends? Alright, if I'm eating out with friends, I'm not a fucking girl, man. I'm not going to count my fucking calories, every single calorie I take in. Like I said, that makes it so it's not as fun. It makes it so lifting and dieting isn't fun, you know what I mean? So, yeah. You don't need to fucking count calories every single fucking day, unless you're like a week out from your show. Like, I mean, why? If you're not a week out from your show, it's not going to do a big difference going out and gorging yourself. Honestly, doing like cheat meals is important to replenish your body with glycogen levels and replenish your body with all the nutrients and stuff. So it's kind of important to have a cheat meal every once in a while. I'm not saying to do it every fucking day, but I mean every 3 days or something. You can have a cheat meal. It's fine. All right, here's one from Jokin. He said, how long have you been in the fitness world? I count the fitness world, like, I count that as a fitness industry. So I'd say I've been in the whole game for about, let's see, I started when I was 17 years old. That was like when I did my first video. That's when I'm going to kind of count my first step into the fitness world. So I've been doing the fitness world for about 2 years now. So yeah, about 2 years, you know what I mean? Like, my first photo shoot was about like a year and a half ago, about that, so I'm still fairly new in the full fitness game, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's still a lot to come for me, so I still got a lot to do. Alright guys, that's it for today's question and answer. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. There's a lot of good questions you guys asked. It was pretty cool. I'm definitely going to start doing a lot more videos like this. You know, I'll probably do a weekly question and answer sort of video. There's a lot more to come from me, so thanks for watching guys, and stay shredded.